today, I can honestly say that ini merupakan kerajaan yang paling zalim, kerajaan yang paling sombong. This is the most cruel government we ever had. When the country was struggling with COVID, what did they do? When the country was struggling with COVID, they went and strategized langkah Sheraton together with all those who lompat. All for power and money. When the country is still trying to rejuvenate our economy, when we are still trying to ensure that the lost generations that happened because of COVID, and we have so many of that. There were so many children who dropped out from school, who didn't get to continue their studies because of the COVID-19, because of the pandemic and the lockdown that we had. Instead of focusing on how to ensure that we can help these students, instead of focusing on how to ensure that the people's welfare are taken care of, they were up there struggling for power between one another. Barisan Nasional will blame Perikatan Nasional, Perikatan Nasional will blame Barisan Nasional, but at the end of the day, they were all in one Merupakan national, right? They were all forming government together, and yet they were still struggling for power. And now, when we are going to face what the Met Malaysia predicted to be even more worse flood than what we had last year. Kalau kita tengok apa yang terjadi tahun lepas, in the flood that happened last year, 70,000 Malaysian citizens were displaced. 65 billion ringgit of loss that the country had to face, and over 50 lives were lost. That was a very terrible situation for Malaysia, right? And Met Malaysia said this year could be worse. What the government should do is to focus on how to assist the people of Malaysia so that they can face the flood better. They should focus on how to ensure that no Malaysian citizens are left out in the assistance and help that they will receive for the flood. But no. Although we pleaded and we, demanded for them to not have elections because of power, because of money, and most importantly, to save some corrupt people in Barisan Nasional from being charged, from being convicted, they dissolved the parliament, and we are going to face a flood election this year. This is cruel, this is unprecedented, and this is a government that we can never give another chance again in Malaysia. We must now form together, sama-sama kita menggembling tenaga. We are now together in Pakatan Harapan. Muda is also now part of electoral pact in Pakatan Harapan. We must fight and fight hard to ensure that this government today, no longer the government, they have been dissolved. But we have to fight to ensure Barisan Nasional not even doesn't win GE15. But we must fight to ensure that they never win and get power ever again. Because the country deserves a lot better than people like Zaid Hamidi and all those corrupt people in Barisan Nasional. So I would call upon all my friends here to support the AP Tebrau, to support Pakatan Harapan, to support Muda Pakatan Harapan, to support Muda in our fight against corruption, in our fight to make Malaysia a cleaner and better place for all Malaysians. Thank you again to my friends in the AP. 谢谢大家。